that John Jones is looking for a fight. Me, I'm your man.
Tyson Fury recently came across John Jones's clip in which the UFC heavyweight champion challenged him to a boxing match, and the Brit is ready to rock and roll. But what about Francis Ngannou? He's been wanting to fight Fury too. Well, here's the Gypsy King with the perfect solution.
Here's the thought. How about this? How about I fight John Jones and Francis Ngannou on the same night? How about that? That's how much I value them two bums. Get up! Let's go, boys!
This is the call-out Tyson Fury was responding to.
Tyson Fury is just such a magnificent opponent, and it'd be awesome to make that fight happen. I'm up for it. I'd even be willing to box him, and let's see what happens.
Now, despite the back and forth between Jones and Fury, Ngannou isn't really worried about the UFC heavyweight champ and Dana White trying to hijack his boxing payday. He thinks the fight will happen sooner or later.
I don't care about that. There's a difference between what Dana White say and what Tyson Fury wants. So as for right now, I think we are more likely to also have that fight, but nothing has been set up yet.
Conor McGregor reportedly doesn't want to fight Michael Chandler anymore. But before we go into details of that story, please subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications. Thank you. According to journalist Todd Atkins' quote-unquote insider report, Conor McGregor is no longer interested in fighting Michael Chandler, and the UFC is already pitching new opponents. If that's true, Charles Oliveira is willing to give up on a title shot to earn a red panty night. One Twitter user told Oliveira to go for a welterweight fight against McGregor, and this is what he had to say in response, quote, "Nice call. Deal." A year ago, Oliveira was asked about a potential fight with McGregor, and this is what he had to say.
How do you feel like your style matches up with that of Conor McGregor's, and do you feel like he's lost a step after watching his last couple bouts, and do you view him as an easy payday?
Na realidade, não tem que achar o que dele, né? Tem que achar o que eu acho. O que eu acho que vou vencer qualquer desses caras em nome de Jesus. Conor é cara duríssimo. Com certeza ia me dar muito dinheiro, ia aumentar meu legado. Eu tenho uma filha para criar, mas tem uma equipe gigantesca para fazer acontecer e a gente precisa de dinheiro, então com certeza será uma luta muito boa para mim.
It doesn't matter what I think or I don't think. I think that I'm gonna beat this guy. We're gonna beat this guy in the name of Jesus. And I have a daughter as well to provide for, and it'll be a great payday, great for my legacy as well. And that's what the fight would be all about.
Oliveira is a tough fight for anyone in the lightweight division, including Conor McGregor. But Arman Sarukian believes he'd run through the Brazilian.
Charles, he's a good fighter. He has a lot of experience. He has a patience, and it showed like what level has Charles, But for me, Charles, it's a present, I'm gonna smash him easy, because his style, for me, it's the best style,
Well, nothing wrong with shooting your shot, Arman. For now, Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev 2 appears to be the likely next big fight at lightweight. But would you guys like to see Oliveira versus McGregor instead? And if yes, then who do you think would win? Dana White seems to have buried the hatchet with UFC bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling by gifting him a Lamborghini worth over $200,000. Last month, Dana claimed that Sterling, quote-unquote, can't get out of his own way, while also accusing him of potentially delaying his fight against Sean O'Malley at UFC 292. Sterling wasn't happy at all and clapped back at the UFC president. In an attempt to appease the disgruntled champion, Dana has gotten Sterling a Lamborghini Huracan. Sterling posted pictures with the car on Instagram with a caption that said, quote, "Thanks for the Lambo, Dana. Green looks good on me, brethren." Sterling also talked about Dana's gift in a separate interview.
Doing great. It's a beautiful day out here in Vegas, and getting ready to get some work in. And, Dana finally got me that Lambo I've been asking for.
That's right, man. You pulled up in a green Lamborghini, man. He finally came through for you.
He did. He's a man of his word.
Wow. Is that all the gadgets, all the gizmos, everything you envisioned?
It's a pretty damn nice car. I'll tell you that. It's a very nice car.
So now Dana White and you best buds now?
I think so.
Fans were certainly taken by surprise after Sterling posted his photos online and then confirmed that Dana got him a Lambo in his interview with the Schmo. However, it was later revealed that the car was rented and not purchased. A Vegas-based exotic car rental company posted Aljo's photo with the Lambo saying, quote, "Champs rent with champs." What a bummer. Nate Diaz is training hard for his boxing match against Jake Paul in August, and a boxing champion who recently trained with him has revealed that he's doing pretty well. Diaz recently had a sparring session with WBC light welterweight champion Regis Prograis. The story goes something like this. Diaz's main training partner didn't show up, so the Stockton native invited Prograis, who was present at the gym, to have a go at him. The sparring session, according to Regis, was a war in which the two just stood in front of each other and exchanged blows. The boxing champ, who has trained with MMA fighters in the past, claimed that Diaz is a better puncher than most of his peers.
And we literally just beat each other up. Like, it wasn't no boxing, it wasn't no move. It was just like, we just fought like the whole time. I think we did 5 or 6 rounds, and we literally just fought. That's all. I couldn't do nothing because I was full. My stomach was full with pasta. And we just literally just fought. The main thing, he was real tough. I mean, I hit leg with a lot of punches, and he's just real tough. I've been in there with some MMA fighters. They don't know what to do with their hands. They lost against a boxer, but he still, he landed some punches on me, and so it was good sparring.
If anyone understands Nate Diaz's boxing credentials, it's his former sparring partner Andre Ward, who thinks Diaz will be a very tough fight for Jake Paul if the UFC legend can take his shots.
Jake Paul, because Jake has a natural right hand. It's got power on it. So if he can take that right hand from Jake Paul, it's going to be a tougher fight than people realize, man, because Nate's going to keep coming.
As far as his involvement in Diaz's preparation is concerned, Ward expects to spend some time with the Stockton native, but with or without him, he thinks Diaz will put up a good fight.
Not to go too deep into it, but he's reached out, and we're going to connect at a certain point.
Wow.
The fight's getting close. But that's my brother, man. I respect what he's done for Stockton and in this area, him and his brother. And, it's going to be a good fight.
Diaz versus Paul was earlier scheduled for 8 rounds, but it has now been shifted to a 10-round fight on Diaz's request. Jake Paul took to Twitter to announce it, quote, "Nate Diaz wants 10 rounds. I guess he has good cardio. Okay, Nathan, 10 rounds it is. Does a 10-round boxing match favor Nate Diaz?" Israel Adesanya has revealed a conspiracy theory he heard regarding the UFC lightweight title fight between Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 284. Makhachev was pushed to his absolute limit at UFC 284, where he managed to defend his lightweight title by a closely contested decision, although many fans and pros think Volkanovski should have won. Adesanya quoted a friend's conspiracy theory about the fight being scored in favor of Makhachev, according to which the UFC allegedly wants the Dagestani to keep the belt because of his popularity in the United Arab Emirates, a highly profitable region for the promotion.
There's a conspiracy that Chance, my boy Chance, kind of put me onto, because Volk, I was in Perth. I was right there. He's a great fighter, from that side of Dagestanis. They're f***ing awesome at their wrestling and whatnot. But this guy has a myth, and Alex f***ed him up. I didn't say this. Chance said this.
Yes.
I'm just paraphrasing.
This is Chance. Now this is all Chance.
This is all Chance.
This is Chance and tequila and Jack Daniels. So bring that.
But he said, you look at the movement right now in Fly Island, Abu Dhabi, the stake they have in the UFC. It pays them to have a champ that's from that side of the world.
Volkanovski is scheduled to defend his featherweight title against interim champion Yair Rodriguez. And if he gets past him, the Aussie will go after the lightweight title again, plus the BMF belt, which will be on the line when Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje lock horns at UFC 291.
At the end of the day, fight anyone, anywhere, anytime, you know what I mean? Who's the rule about us? Is it maybe a BMF belt fight while, if Islam's doing his thing and then we do our rematch after it, then I can have 3 belts, you know what I mean? I'd love that featherweight, BMF belt, and that lightweight belt.
Do you think Alex Volkanovski can become a Triple C in the UFC? Let us know your thoughts on today's stories in the comments section below. To stay up to date with the latest happenings in the world of mixed martial arts, please subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. Thank you for your continued love and support, and we'll see you in the next one.